started. Let's see here. Doing good. And welcome. We are back for our Good Friday. No, let's make that a Great Friday edition of Happy at Home. This is our YouTube live stream. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm already seeing a couple thumbs up, so thank you. I really love it. It's just such a nice way to start the session when you see a couple thumbs. It's like, yes, we're back. This is awesome. So feel free to leave some comments and share some of that. So happy that you're here. Okay, I have been teasing you guys all week. And Sarah, she says, hi, everyone. I have been teasing you all week with, I told you I had something great. I said we were going to make this a great Friday. And I wanted to make sure that I was bringing it. So I think you're going to be so excited because I sure am. Kathy says, hi, Alice. I'm here from the Land O'Lakes, Florida. And Sharon says, I am here on time. Woo! Oh, wait a second. I've got a thing for that. Hold on. Okay. I got a thing for that. Does that work? Can you hear that? I think you can hear that. So, yeah, so hilarious. Yay, she made it on time. And then Jenny says, great Friday. I'm seeing you 2 times today. That's right, because our Scrap Happy family, we actually had our scrap solutions. Oh my gosh, did you love it? I loved sharing it. We solved the problem of what to do about scene paper that was like full of scenes, paper that has those photo realistic stuff on it, what to do when you have got like really big graphics on something, and how do you use that. I don't even know, like what did I show, like 20 or 30 examples of how I've done it over the years, and so fun. And happy Friday from Kim Gray. Kim's in the house. Whoop, whoop. And Karina is here from Sweden. I didn't know you were in Sweden. Okay, so that's awesome. Amanda's here from Tasmania. We're like around the world. Woohoo! I was so excited hearing it. Danielle is here from Germany. We are literally around the world. Tasmania, Germany, Sweden, and I'm in Canada. Christina's in New Zealand. This is amazing. Thank you for being here. Okay, so should I tease you anymore? I don't think so. I'm super excited because this weekend I'm going to cook a turkey. Turkey is like one of my very favorite foods. If you saw the page that I shared the other day, the one with the pull-out, it was like the me at 26. You know, that's a few years ago. That page, I shared that turkey is my favorite food. And soup is my other favorite thing, and there's nothing better than turkey soup. It's just like the culmination of all the good stuff. So I'm going to be making a turkey. And yeah, there's not going to be like a huge family coming together. It's just going to be the 4 of us. Maybe if my son can make it here. He's in town and he's socially isolating, but I think he'll be able to come over. He's the only person that we've actually let into our house, so I feel okay about that. And nobody's been going to his place, and he doesn't even go shopping, so he's pretty isolated. Yay, Amy says she's here on time too. I think she wants to have a little applause. Woohoo! Monica's in Delaware. Diane is saying hey from Florida. This is so exciting. So we are going to talk about something, and I think it's like the perfect time for this. We might be all staying in our own houses and being away from people, but we're finding ways to get together with our loved ones, either online. People are sending real mail. They're making cards and they're sending them in the mail. I have sent out more cards in the last 2 months than I have probably for 6 months before that. So it's been amazing. Karina says she's doing a Swedish smorgasbord tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I wish I could come and have some of that. Cindy's here from Vancouver Island. Megan's here from California. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so fun. Okay, so because we're all apart, but we're trying to find ways to stay connected, I wanted to talk about pages that we can make about cooperative effort pages. Now, maybe that sounds a little awkward. I don't know. Maybe you've got a better term. Help me come up with a better term than cooperative effort pages. Okay, so let's talk about what I mean. I better take my notes here so I don't like mess this up and forget stuff. So I am talking about pages where you share quotes from people. I'm talking about pages where you interview somebody or ask them questions. I'm talking about pictures that you got from your friend or people all submitted together. I have a friend in Scrap Happy, and once a month, everybody takes a picture and sends it to her all on the same day. I was like, what? This is genius. And so she puts together a page. Sandy's here from Alberta. Hello. We're like sisters from, Alberta. But yeah, she puts together a page of kind of like where everybody is in their day. So I was like, that is genius. That is so smart. And like everybody's off doing their own thing, but you can scrapbook a page kind of that brings everybody together on one page. So they can be submitted. Perhaps you're going and grabbing these things off of social media. Maybe you're doing screen captures of something that you saw. Yeah, like a co-op page. Oh, like so fun. Sheila says, I just hang up with a friend thanking me for the Easter card I sent, and this happened during yesterday's video too. Yay! So perhaps you grabbed some social media grabs. Maybe you captured some text messages. Maybe you have some images of you doing these social distancing connections. I have some fabulous, fabulous ideas for you today, so I can't wait to share some of these layouts. Oh my gosh, Florence is here from Ottawa. Oh my gosh. Cindy said my Stampin' Up! Rep sent her a card for some Easter mail, and Anne has been sending loads of cards too. So if you just want to get connected, there is nothing like getting a card in the mail, and it's like, yay, mail that's not a bill. So right there, that's like an instant win already, right? Kathy's been making happy mail like crazy. That's so good. Hey, Lynn. So yeah, we're going to talk about this cooperative effort scrapbook pages. I think it is so fun. It's a fun way to get more stories than just your own, and to have more pictures than just the ones you take, and provide a little bit of different experience and different perspective on your pages, which is a really fun thing. Karina says, I've sent my first Easter cards this year, and Laura and her friends did a Zoom video chat, and we all took screenshots. Hopefully you got ones where you looked really cute, because sometimes I'm like, in the screenshots, and I'm like, wow, not that one. Not that one. So yeah, hopefully that was good. I'm going to show you. Let's dive right in. I'm going to bring this over. I've got a few different samples of pages that I have brought out because they are good examples of what I'm talking about. And at the end, I have a super bonus for you. So don't miss out the super bonus at the end. I'll tell you about it then. So it's good, and it's going to be like totally worth you hanging out for this. Okay. This is, let's go and do the whole sharing. Yay! Okay. And it's thinking. Okay. I think it made it. Okay, so this is a page. This is not a new page, guys. I go back and I want to show you stuff. It doesn't have to be stuff that I made like this year or last year or with the newest products. This is an old page. But I like this page because I made it very simple. So this is my son going off to kindergarten. Freaking cutest little thing ever, right? He picked those little overalls. I tried to convince him not to wear overalls. Like kindergarten, little boy having to go to the bathroom, dealing with overalls. No, he insisted. And I just look at that. Oh my gosh, those days. Okay, but I asked him about school. And he gave me these short, little, tiny quotes. And we've got stuff here. So Mrs. Lee makes us count up to 100. And Mrs. Lee makes us do crafts like little Jack Horner sat in the corner and making a leprechaun. Every morning, Mrs. Lee writes a message on the board for us. Mrs. Lee is nice. Mrs. Lee reads us a story at the end of the day. Like, those might not be like earth-shattering things, but how sweet is that to have these little pieces of my son from the time that he was 5 and in kindergarten. Like, he said that, I wrote it down, and so now I have his words in my book. And like, I can't do that now, right? I can't look back and quote him from the time that he's 5, like, unless there was something like really remarkable that he said that we like probably have talked about a million times as a family. Like, that may exist because like that happens. But I think that this is a great way to bring his story into the page, and I consider that cooperative effort, right? I've like interviewed somebody. I've got his responses all included. Sharon says, I have taken screenshots of when I showed my pages on the live scrap, and I think I've scrapped it. That is like the inception. Oh my gosh, why is this showing up with black? I literally don't know how to change that. Oh, maybe I do know how to change it. Background. And let's make that background a lighter. Can I do that? There we go. How is that? Let me try again. Pop that back up so we can, yeah, look, I'm winning, guys. It's hard to read. Maybe I can figure that out. Yeah, so I think that, let's see if that's any better. I don't know. I think that by interviewing people, it gives us something really fun. So let's have a look at another thing that you can do, especially if you have kids that are little and everything is changing so much. Sheila says, my little brother used to come home from elementary school and say, honey, I'm home, to my mom. See? Like, how cute would that be on a page, right? And so here I have pages. So my son, when he was in kindergarten, they needed to have a poster. They had to make a poster that was all about me. And I'm like, if I'm going to be digging out pictures and I'm going to be making a poster for my kid, I'm going to want to do something with that poster afterwards, right? And what am I going to do? Take a picture of it? I'm not saving a poster forever. I'm sorry, I love my kid, but no, like, I'm not doing that. So I actually took 4 12 by 12 sheets of paper and I made our own poster out of those 4 sheets. And I had him fill in little bits with his little shaky kindergarten writing. So he had to write the words. So this is what I look like when I'm happy. And then we wrote all the things. I'm 5 years old. I weigh 45 pounds. I'm 46 inches tall. And yes, it says like the metric stuff, but like, I don't even know what that means. Like, my birthday is this, my favorite color is red, which is hilarious because he has loved blue for so many years, but at the time, his favorite color was red. And I think that his favorite place is Disney World. That's so cute, right? And so he wrote up my family, and then we printed pictures of our family members. And here are the 2 other pages. He told me a story and I just literally quoted everything that he said. Like, I wrote down everything as he told me the story, and then he drew a picture of his story. We shared pictures of his friends. We shared pictures of things that he likes to do. So it was a really fun way to really make this personal with his story and not make the page and not make the scrapbook stuff about me and my perspective on it. This really brought it to his level. So that's an idea for cooperative effort. Now, as we're talking about interviews, I do have this page here that I thought would be also fun to share. So I took a picture. Well, actually, I think he took this picture. This picture, I'm pretty sure I found on my camera roll. He was a little older by this time, 2007, so he was 8 years old by here, or turning 8 this year, 7 years old at least. So I found this picture, and normally I would be like super frustrated because it's like, oh great, my kid used my camera and used up my film. But this picture was just too good. Like, how is it that he took this picture? I don't know if his brother took this picture. I didn't take a picture of his eyeball. Let's just put that out there. And so I came up with some questions that I thought would be really interesting to have a kid's perspective on. So I asked him, I said, recently I wanted to see the world from a child's perspective, a child's eye view, if you will. And I was amused and surprised by some of the responses from my 8-year-old son, Joe. His insight was startling, but extremely heartening. So I asked him, what makes you the happiest? What makes you the saddest? What do you want to do when you grow up? What is the internet? Because he's always been a techie kid. And his answers crack me up. So this is so fun. What happened to the dinosaurs? Like, I'm just like testing, like, what has he heard about the world, right? What is the best invention ever made? And he actually said a home. Food. People invent new food. Unhairy food like nectarines. And then he starts like looking around the room. A copier, fax machine, computer, calculator, phone, vehicle. Like, and I wrote it down because it's hilarious. Because that's just the kind of thing that kids do. And I think it's so funny. Tiffany, oh my gosh, this is a brilliant thing. Tiffany says, I give my son, then 10 years old, and told him to take 10 pictures of things that he loved. And then he told me about them when I made the page. Like, how brilliant is that? That is so good. That is so good. So I asked him, what can kids do that grown-ups can't? What can grown-ups do that kids can't? What is the most amazing thing that people can do? What are you going to do when your parents are old? And he said, they'll be riding around in limos and everything fancy just because of me. And they'll be rich just because of me. I'm like, I'll take you up on that. So I thought this was just a really fun kind of way to get someone's perspective. And yes, this is definitely more applicable to kids, but I bet you there's questions that you can ask. Oh, wow, our color went wonky. I bet you there's other questions that you can ask other people in your life too, right? Like, it's not just that. So sometimes if you can't ask somebody directly for a quote, there may be other places to find things. So I created this page here. It's called As Kids See It because the Reader's Digest actually has a section of the magazine called As Kids See It. It's like humorous, right? It's actual quotes from kids. And we had submitted one time and it was published from my son Joe. And so it says, as we got off a fast-moving Ferris wheel at the town fair, I asked my 4-year-old son, Joe, if he had butterflies in his tummy. No, Mom, he replied. I kept my mouth closed. Like, it's the kind of thing, like, you can't recreate that. Like, it was too funny in the moment. I'm so glad that I was able to scrapbook it, and I was able to, like, take the little piece out of the magazine as well and include that right there on the page. So here's my question, put it in the comments. Have you quoted somebody on a page? Do you quote other people? Or is your journaling just in your own voice, your own thoughts? Or are you a little bit more who, what, when, where, why? Like you're sticking to the 5 W's. So I'd love to kind of know, do you use quotes? I know Sheila says, oh, no, it was adorable. And like when my kids were little, I wouldn't use things like butterflies on boy pages very often, but like golden opportunity, right? Now, of course, I wouldn't be bothered at all. That wouldn't be a problem. Kathy says, absolutely. I know quoting people is awesome. And once you start looking for these opportunities, you'll be surprised at how people will help you out. You can like wrangle people into it so that they can help you out. We were literally at the ski hill And my husband texted me. He texted me. I'm like, we're not skiing together because let's just say my skiing skills, not the same as his skiing skills. So he's off with my kids who like took to that hill like crazy. And I'm like, do. My son, he said, bunny hop, that sounds dangerous. And it's just a good moment where you capture his personality, his sense of humor. And my husband actually took the picture of the sign. So I cut that out. That is a picture of the sign that I cut out. Used a picture that I took of him. And, you know, I just thought, Joe, you have a great sense of humor. But like, how funny, right? And to be able to do this because it was sent to me on a text. That was like winning, man. I was winning. So Monica says occasionally, but she's starting to add more. And Jacqueline says, I've quoted a few times, but I mostly write in my voice. And Amanda says, no, this is such a good idea. I'll have to try to incorporate that. Awesome. Kathy says, yes, when my son was younger. Osana for Hosanna. Laura says, I interviewed my dad and quoted his answers. He was 74 in very early stages of Alzheimer's, and I wanted to capture his memories before they were gone. That became one of my most treasured pages. So I'm gonna like confess, and I don't think that my mom and dad watch these. If they do, they might be surprised, and then I'll be like, uh-oh, busted. Every once in a while, when my family starts to reminisce about something, hold on, I'm just going to pop this up here. Every once in a while, when my family starts to reminisce about something, I actually take my phone and I turn on the voice recorder and I make voice recordings of the reminiscing like happening, right? And I try to be really subtle about it. Like if you turn your phone on to vibrate so then it doesn't go bling every time you press the button, right? It becomes and like I'm not sharing it out in the world. I haven't even made pages with it yet, but I'm capturing these little things. My dad will be telling stories about when he was a kid back in Wales. And like my whole life, I've grown up listening to stories of back in Wales. And he's like been in Canada longer than he's been in Wales. But I can tell ya, he's got all the stories from Wales. And so they're wonderful. And I want to be able to remember this stuff. And I just worry that, you know, maybe I won't hear this story again. And maybe the story is going to be lost. So I've been trying to record some of those. So just a little secret. Shh, don't tell my dad. Don't tell my mom. And yeah, Sharon says, oh, Laura, how special. Joyce says, my daughter interviewed my dad before he died and did a scrapbook with his answers. And it is such a treasure. Sheila said that her mother-in-law is 63 and in the middle stages of Alzheimer's, and I should do that for my husband. And you can see, like, it doesn't have to be complex for it to be meaningful, right? Like, it can literally just be 3-5 questions. It doesn't have to be, like, everything, but even a little bit can mean a lot, right? It's that little glimpse into that time frame. It's a little glimpse into these memories that they just won't be around forever. So, Kathy says, I like to take my computer out when the family got together to capture the oral history through their stories. Thank goodness, as we've lost many of them over the past few years. Yeah, and I think that having the chance to have those stories, it is so special. It is so special. I am just so I'm so happy to have these things. Like, seriously, Monica said, I want to do that, especially when I'm with my dad. He is sharing so much that I've not heard now that my mom is gone. Yeah, and so it's amazing, right? Like when you can have that stuff. Joyce says, Kathy, did you see that Aunt Doris turned 94 this week? Oh my, okay, funny story. It was my uncle's birthday the other day. I called him up and I said, so how old are you now? Like 76? And he says, no, I'm 77. And then I look on the calendar. He was 78. I'm like, was he lying about his birthday or did he forget? Like, I don't know, but I thought that was really funny. So, yeah, kind of funny. Okay, and sometimes the quotes surprise you. They come from surprising places. The things you want to include. Let's just get this white balance here. Hopefully get this okay. So, I created this page. No, it doesn't have a photo. I could have added one of my son. It would have been appropriate, but I didn't at the time, and I'm totally fine with it. It's still one of his stories. So this was an email that I got from his teacher. Hi, Ryan has been completely out of paper for quite a while. He's been having a hard time remembering to get some, so we both thought it would be a good idea to ask you to help him remember to bring paper. He's been using some plain white paper, but it will be much easier for him to keep his work neat and organized with lined paper. Thank you. And I just said his grade 9 math teacher. What a kid. Like, when I got that email, I was like, are you kidding? I'm not kidding when I say I probably had 8 packages of lined paper for school in the house that he knew where it was. Like, it wasn't like it was even hiding. So, like, this kind of stuff is just funny. This is the stuff that happens when you have kids. And I like that I was able to capture that story, save that memory, and have a good laugh over it, right? I think kids are funny, and, you know, this was a good way to capture it. And, you know, maybe you have teenagers, maybe they're a little camera shy. Some of them are like all over the cameras and they're like TikToking and Snapchatting and doing all that stuff. Yeah, you know, I'm totally hip. I know those things, right? But some of them aren't, and some of them don't want their picture taken. This doesn't mean that their stories can't be recorded. Some of them are precious. You want them whether you have pictures or not. And it doesn't have to be a picture from that time. It can be totally separate. Like, you saw that picture of my son's eyeball. Like, it doesn't even have to be their whole face to be a good photo to help demonstrate your story, right? So, just ideas. Okay, so we've talked about quotes. We've talked about interviews and Q&A and maybe finding some other sources of some of that stuff. Let's talk quick about some shared photos. Just gonna grab my next little pile. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Christine says, sounds familiar, Alice. My sons did the same thing. And Mickey says, it felt like it was Christmas yesterday when my 12-year-old agreed to let me take her photo. Yeah, and that's just where they're at. And, you know, we can try really hard to respect that. I think, you know, it's important. But it's also really tough when you're a scrapbooking parent that can't tell their stories, or you want to include that, right? You don't want to look back and be like, look, my kid, I had this kid till he was 12, and then nothing. It's like this missing person in your family. Joyce says, I have notes my mother-in-law wrote me on the backs of envelopes so not to waste good paper. Like, isn't that sweet? It's so precious, right? Okay, sometimes the pictures come to you from other places. This one was a picture of my son and his friends in the mountains. If you were on this morning with my Scrap Happy family, you might have seen this layout already. But this picture, I wasn't there. He's at that point where he's off having his own adventures with his friends. They had gone to the mountains. He's hanging out with friends that live close to the mountains. And but one of the moms was there. So she took the picture. And when I saw her, she airdropped it to me over her phone. If you don't know the magic of airdropping, next time you are in a group, when we can actually hang out with people again, learn the magic of airdropping if you have iPhones. It's so good. Sandy said, my daughter wants to know why there are no pictures of her as a teenager. Well, let's see. She would stick out her tongue and make faces. How many pictures like that do you really need? Okay, I have a layout. Oh my gosh, I'm just going to go find it right now. I'm pretty sure it's in this book. Because I was trying to take a picture of my son. It's when he was little, so it's like adorable and cute. Okay, so adorable and cute, but really not cooperative with getting his picture taken. I was getting faces, and there's actually journaling hidden behind this little piece right here. But look at the faces, like hiding. He's laughing. He's like doing raspberries. He's like, I couldn't make a more sarcastic face if I tried, and I've had practice. Like, sticking his tongue out, just everything. I'm like, can you just smile? I just wanted a quick picture. You were just so dang cute like 2 seconds ago. And this is what I got. So you can just imagine what he's been like as a teenager. I tell you. Yeah, I love that kid, but he has his own house now, and that's a really good thing. So, yeah, sometimes, you put those ones to work, too. Sometimes you put those ones to work, too. But the good news is he has turned into a super good kid, and he's good at sharing, and I'm going to show you that right now. This white balance thing drives me crazy. I should probably put something on my desk, but I love my pink desk. I love my pink roses. Okay, so here we go. This page is WEAM, which stands for West Edmonton Mall. And when my son was going off to college, I think that he got his degree in West Edmonton Mall and not so much in computer science or whatever he was taking. So he went to the mall a lot. He bought a special pass that let him go, and he could do anything at the mall. It was all included, like all of the fun stuff. And I'm like, it's a big mall. It has a lot of fun stuff. So he shared these pictures with me so I could make a page about all of the fun things. Like, here he is at the Chinese market with the crabs in the stuff. He's gone to the underwater Sea World. He's gone to the indoor water park. He's gone to the indoor, they call it Galaxyland. It's a amusement park. There's more amusement park pictures. There's just him walking through the mall. It's a reflection of him in the mirror. Like, just all the things. Here's all of his little bracelets that he gets when he goes. This is him looking like he's at a beach, but it's actually at the beach at the indoor water park. This is one with a carousel horse. I know it's not a great picture. And let me hold that up. But he gave me all of these pictures so that I could talk about his adventures with making the most out of his pass at West Edmonton Mall. And oh my gosh, it was so fun. So Mickey says that at the Scrap Gals retreat, that's where she learned to love airdrop. Oh my gosh, I agree. And it was like, oh, you want this picture? Click. You want this picture? Click. Like, it was so fun. And yeah, you were both at Salt Lake, I think. Both of you. Yeah. And yeah. Seattle. Oh, Sandy, you weren't at either of those? She was at Nashville and... Oh, okay, well, I'm thinking of something else then. Okay. Okay, so pictures from other people that they've submitted to you. And sometimes it's text messages. So this page here is screen captures of text messages that my husband had sent. And this one says... it's life lessons with Dad. He went for a walk with my son and they walked through this like trail behind a recreational facility that we were at for a swim meet. And there's like a lot of homeless little encampments along the way. And so he was like being like humorous and sarcastic and, you know, saying little funny things. And they took little pictures. And when I got this, I thought I was going to die. Like, I'm like both like mortified and I was like laughing super hard because of the way he spun the story. And so capturing that, and then I tried to make it look kind of like, messy and undone. And when I heard this, I was like, are you kidding? Like, oh my gosh. I'm like, these are not the kind of adventures you have when you're with your mother. It's just, it wasn't. And then finally, social distancing is my last example, but then I have another super fun idea for you. Okay, so social distancing. This is my nephew, and it's so sweet because there is a messenger for kids that he is on, and we had the best time playing with the filters and just chatting back and forth. And I thought that was hilarious and funny, and the ones that he liked was almost disturbing. Although he did love the cat face a lot. He also loved the scary, 80s unibrow with the hair. I don't know, like what even that was. It was scary. But this was fun, and it's like we're all doing it right now, getting the chance to kind of share the different things, about us connecting with our friends and connecting with our family and connecting with our loved ones. And I just thought that was super fun. Okay, so I do have another really great idea. So list pages lend really well to this. You can do top 10 lists. You can do like a list of, maybe you ask every person, in a little circle or social circle, I should mean, like what their favorite things are. So I'm putting together a massive list of favorites, and I don't have the download ready. I really wanted to get it ready, but I didn't get it ready yet. So I'm going to have this available. If you get on my email list, I'm going to be sending it out tonight. So right now it is 2:37 my time. I'll be sending it out before 6 p.m. So if you're on my email list, you can get this list. And if you're not on my email list and you're catching this on the replay, maybe I'll be good and I'll share a link. We'll see. It would be in the description afterwards. But, so I'll try to share it there. But I have compiled lists of favorite things. And if there's something I've missed on this list, you'll have to let me know. I don't even know. So it could be favorite toys from childhood, your favorite band from childhood, museum, spices, tea, coffee, things that make you smile, winter, summer activity, hot drinks and cold drinks, places, movies, TV shows, gum, candy, treats, emojis, colors, ice cream, breakfast, stores or brands, your favorite season, your favorite book, game, video game, outdoor activity, indoor activity. I need a lot of those right now. Quotes, food, drink, outfit, subject, magazine, band, music or song, flower, team player, restaurant, podcast, scary movie, Dr. Seuss book, Instagrammer, sad song, sweet treat, salty treat, book genre, fragrance, lotion, dinner, desserts, sports, activities, collectibles, authors, scents, beauty supplies. There are so many things. Animals, actors, websites. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm putting together a list of things that you can ask somebody, and it can be like so easy. They're like one word, one quick little thing. You actually see a lot of these right now. If you go on to like Insta stories, you're going to see a lot of people posting little lists. You like this or this? Do you like this or this? And you kind of like circle the ones that you like. And those are really quick ways to get a little bit of info from people. It's like so non-committal, right? It's like, oh, do you like that or that? So easy. What do you prefer? Sweet treats or salty treats? What do you prefer? Scary movies or drama movies or whatever, action movies, or, what kind of movie is your favorite? What is your favorite sandwich? Something like that. It's just kind of hilarious, like to think that it can be super fun and easy to get that response. So I'm going to put together this list of favorites. You could even turn some of these really easy into top 10 lists. And you will notice on this favorite list, there will be a section just for scrapbookers. So it can be your favorite scrapbook supply, your favorite scrapbook designer, pattern papers, embellishment. I got lots of things. So it'll be super fun. So yeah, that'll be so good. But the other thing that I wanted to say is, and so that was like my little bonus. I'll have the download available for you. It'll go out into my email tonight. If you're not on my list, this is the place to get on it. There we go. scraphappy.org/subscribe. I think a lot of you are already on it, which is awesome. Thank you. But this is, and my Scrappy Sunshine just went out. Actually, my Friday Scrappy Sunshine email had just gone out, actually. So, yeah. So watch for that. Yeah, I think it's so fun. But I have another great idea for cooperative effort pages. Did we find a better name for that? Maybe not. I don't know. But games. I like games, and I think that there's a really fun idea that I've seen and that I've actually done before. I don't have a great example of it here, but you can use questions to create a game, to create your own scrapbook page. So I think it's a really fun thing to do where you ask a question. So maybe you ask somebody, red or blue? And their answer determines the background of your paper. And dots or stripes. And their answer determines the background of your paper. Now, these literally don't even have to be played with another person. Maybe you don't have somebody that you just like want to do this with. Although if you want to pick a buddy right here, right now, super fun. But you can literally have like roll a dice and have that answer your stuff. Or maybe you can have, like grab a buddy and say, okay, here's your challenge. But yeah, where everybody kind of contributes an answer that helps lead to the building of the page. Because sometimes people aren't really helpful in doing the scrapbooking. If I went to go ask my husband to help me scrapbook a page, probably my results are not going to be something that I'm like, yay, this is wonderful. This was so much fun. Like, I love him, but no. We're just not doing that. So this would be easy though. I can ask him a series of 5 questions to play a game and be like, puffy stickers or die cuts, at least then I have little embellishments either way, but which one am I going to use? And I think that this is super fun. So I'm actually going to create a version of this and I'm going to share it on my Insta story. So not only will you have the download of the list of all the favorite things, but I'm going to have this as a little Insta story. I'll post a blank version and then it'll say this or that, this or that, this or that. And then you can just like go and do it. I'll even post a version that if you want to play the game with me, you can, because I'll post a blank version so you can use it for yourself and you can share it and stuff like that. Just take a screen capture of it. That's all you got to do. But I'll share one where I've circled and I've given you the challenge. So then you can use my challenge to make your page if you want, so that we can play this together. So fun, right? I think that was so fun. I'm going to ask you now, if you had fun today, if you've got like a fun idea, give me those likes. I really appreciate it. It just helps other people know that this was good, that they're going to find something valuable here. It's like that social proof, right? If you like see something and it's like, oh, no, people don't really like it. People might have watched it, but they didn't really like it. So if you like it, and if you're on your phone, it can be like kind of weird because like you're on the commenting and it's like do all the commenting. You can hit the little X and it'll take you out to the screen where you can like give the thumbs up. And then right beside it is the thing to go back to the live chat. So the live chat is back right there. Christine says, my work, all working from home, does a social hour on Zoom every Friday, and it It's a great way for us to catch up with their face and not an email. I know it's just, it's tough. Like what I'm finding right now is that texting is just not enough. Like I have some people that we text a lot, but I just want to talk to real people. So another great thing that is making me happier at home right now is doing these live chats and doing multi-person FaceTime videos. So if you've never done a multi-person FaceTime video, it's actually really easy. If you can start a FaceTime, you can start a multi-person FaceTime. And I will just walk you through the steps right now. Go to your friend, make a FaceTime. If you are not an Apple phone user, sorry, this just isn't for you. And, you chose not to be an Apple person, so you made that conscious decision. Just putting that out there. But if you want to do a multi-person FaceTime, you go to the FaceTime. Once you start it up with one person, hit the screen and the little buttons pop up that say like flip. So you can like show the other side of your camera. And it's also where the button is that says end. Don't hit that. There's like a tiny little miniature bar right at the top of that. Pull it up. And then you'll see add person, and then you can go add more people. They all have to have iPhones. That's the thing with FaceTime. But it's really easy to do, so you can add more people just by pulling that tiny little bar up. Christine says, thanks for doing this for all of us members and non-members. Thanks. You guys, you are like rock stars. My likes just went from 14 a second ago to 26 right now. Like, you're seriously my rock stars. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Yeah. And if you're not using FaceTime, there's like WhatsApp. You can do, messenger video chats. I don't know if you can do group ones, but maybe you can get on Zoom and do stuff. There are a lot of ways to get connected through video. So that's really fun. Sheila says my family played bingo over Zoom the other day. It was ridiculous as when we are together. That is such a brilliant idea. That is so awesome. And I saw someone say that their church is doing service over live streaming. And lots of people are doing this. Zoom crops, absolutely. Zoom crops. In fact, I will be doing a scrapbook live. Is it next Saturday? Not this Saturday? The 25th. So that's probably not next Saturday either. On the 25th, I'm going to be doing a live crop. So I hope you'll join me for that. It's totally free. But we do it on Zoom because Zoom's pretty great for that. We're talking about using Zoom for a scrappy night. Yay! So Kathy says you've helped maintain the sanity here too. Yay! Well, I hope everybody finds a way to be a little happier at home. Hopefully this helped. It sure makes my day a better thing. And getting up and having a shower is probably good for me rather than just changing into another pair of pajamas later at the end of the day. So yeah. Lauren says, I've been using the house party app. You can have a bunch of people on there. And Skype. Okay, how did we not even mention Skype? Yeah, totally Skype, right? So there are so many good ways to connect. iPads, yeah, not just iPhones, just iPads too. You can even do it with computers. If they're a Mac computer, they can do FaceTime stuff too. So yeah, there's like a lot of good stuff happening. Lots of great ways to be connected. Take advantage of them. Even with Zoom crops, like if you know somebody that's not like maybe they wouldn't want to come on camera, lots of times they can dial into those things. There are options for that, I think. So I need to look into some of those options and see what that actually does and how that works, because I literally don't know yet. But yeah. Mickey says she's hosting a Scrap Gals crop tomorrow morning. Is it on the Scrap Gals Facebook page? Let us know. Let us know. Where do we get details for that? Yeah. Oh, they're using Zoom, but I'm sure the link will be on the Scrap Gals Facebook group so that you can find that there. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this chat. I hope that this idea of cooperative effort pages, well, it's not a great name. It will inspire you to make pages that share your connections with others and get other stories and bring them all into your pages and bring them into your stories, because that just makes our scrapbooking feel more connected. It lets us be more connected as we're doing it, and it'll be a lot of fun. So make the pages, do the fun things. And if you share them on Instagram or something, please tag me. I'm totally pointing at the wrong spot. This happens all the time. Okay, Instagram. That's my Instagram. Tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your pages. Like, seriously, I'm not kidding. Sandy says you can definitely dial into Zoom. You can also turn recording off yourself and you won't show. Yeah, for sure. You don't have to be on camera. But, yeah, Kathy says, thank you, Alice. Have a wonderful Easter. I will definitely have a wonderful Easter. Thank you to all of you for joining me here today. Look at the little sparkly graphic over there. Thank you. That's for you. All the sparkles are for you. So thank you so much. And thanks for the likes. Oh my gosh, you guys have done it again. It's like hopped up some more. That's amazing. So thank you. Have the best time. I'll be back on Monday. So just in case you're like, Monday, is that like holiday? Some places take holidays, some people don't. I'm going to be here because I'm having fun and we've got more scrappy stuff to talk about. So next week we're going to dive into a couple of tools and we'll see. The fun will take us places. It'll be great. So join me next week for that. And I will see you then. Happy Easter, everyone. And if you're not celebrating Easter, have a great weekend anyways. So it's all good. Okay, talk to you soon and bye.